Well, a good afternoon from partly cloudy, partly sunny Boca Raton, Florida. It's 2 o'clock. I'm going to tell you a story about a friend. Been a friend over a decade, an incredible woman. You know, when I do these live posts, I do not know what I'm going to say. I'm always fussing with something, aren't I? I really don't. I don't rehearse. I don't know what I'm going to say. I let the Spirit talk to me, and I say whatever I know I need to say for that moment. Aren't these boas magnificent? God, I love this stuff. I love dressing up. Anyway, this story, tomorrow night's interview, Monday night, June 24th, at 7 to 8 o'clock at Campbell Health Solutions. Streaming on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Positively Positive is going to feature my friend. One word to describe this woman: a survivor. Not the kind of survivor that fights in the jungles and the Amazonian jungles or has to battle that type stuff, but a woman who has survived literally her life. I'm so proud of her personally because it was over 10 years ago, I think, that she was in my house interviewing me. So let's turn it around, and now I'm interviewing her on my show, my podcast. She's just amazing. I'm not going to give you a lot of details today on her. They're like very few. Because her story, aren't they pretty? Her story is so amazing that I'll never do it justice, even to give you a few details. She is middle-aged, a woman of color, a doctor or marriage and family therapist, a doctor of marriage and family therapist, a personal trainer, talk about health and fitness, a minister or pastor, whatever she might want to call herself, and a prayer warrior. Phenomenal. Eloquent, articulate, a wife, a mother. I don't know if she's a grandmother yet. She probably told me, but it'll come out in the interview. But the point of this whole promotional for her is to let her know how valuable her story has been, how valuable her life has been, how incredibly blessed her life has been, and only God could have given her the strength to get through it. I'm going to take you back just a bit to why this woman is so phenomenal: a doctor, a minister, a personal trainer, and working with the Palm Beach County Health Department, counseling. Throw that in for a little fun. At the age of 11, she experienced domestic abuse, domestic violence. Her parents got divorced. What happened to her is still happening today. She was a victim of sex trafficking. A little girl, 11 years old, treated like a slab of meat, cold. She was not a human being. She was a little girl who was trafficked to make money. For a couple of years, that was her fate, until she just ran away from it all. She needed to survive her life. This little girl, involved with all that at such a young age, to become a doctor. That's why I'm not going to tell you much more. Because if that doesn't pique your interest, then you don't have any interest in maybe anything but yourself. That's being Susan Mintz today. So if you're not interested in a story like that, you have no idea. And this show has done that for people. No, we don't have 10,000 likes. We don't have 1 million views. But what we have is we've given people hope and faith and grounded some people in what really is important. Caring about others. Loving your neighbor, even though that may be very hard to do. But this woman is the epitome of Christian love. You're going to love her story. I would suggest that you get your popcorn ready or a beverage of your choice. Personally, I would do a martini with 3 large olives. Forget the vermouth. And then settle down at Campbell Health Solutions from 7 to 8 o'clock on YouTube, LinkedIn, or Facebook to hear the story of survival. How at 11 years of age she went from being sex trafficked, like she meant nothing to anybody, to becoming a marriage and family therapist and counselor. It is an honor to have her on my show, as this show has been a blessing for anyone who's watched. May you take nothing away from any of my shows but hope that if these people can do it, and if I can do it, if I've been able to be 78 years old and still know there's more to do, you can do it. And I always say, hi, Rosa. She's one of the most faithful and loyal supporters. God bless you, Rosa. So tomorrow night, I hope to see some of you. If not, you'll tune in at some point, because we're not going anywhere. We're going to get bigger and better, and we're going to hit more people with more stories and more everything. Shalom. God bless you all. And I don't even think I mentioned her name. Oh, that's so good. What a hook. Her name is Dr. Sandra Maria Anderson. And I dropped her last name. Oh, and I can't put you on hold for too long till I find it. But I know she's married to a wonderful man who I met. Oh, he's marvelous. Dr. Sandra Maria Anderson. You are my guest tomorrow night on Positively Positive, and forgive me for your marriage name, but I can't delete this, and I'm not going to overdo it because I know today I'm supposed to say this about you. You're a special lady, Dr. Sandra, my friend. You're a blessing to all of those you've helped all these decades, over 40 years of giving and taking care. And you deserve everything that you have right now and more. All right, all. Shalom. Dr. Sandra Anderson's tomorrow night. She went from being sex trafficked at 11 to becoming a doctor, a minister, a personal trainer, and a wife, and mother and grandmother, I think. Bye-bye, all.